Hi family, I am back with another reading. This is going to be a collective reading. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. If you're returning, thanks for your return. I want to give thanks to the Most High for being all seeing, all knowing, all present, all powerful, being the only wise God, and giving thanks to my ancestors for their sacred knowledge, wisdom, and strength, and give thanks to my spirit team for their guidance and support. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get into this message. We're going to start off with an ancestor message. Karmic timing. I did pull an ancestor message. So ancestor wants there's a message that needs to be communicated coming through signs and synchronicity. So you may see so look forward to a message through some signs and synchronicities. Okay, so we see what comes out. It says, I call upon you, my ancestors, to walk with me, guide me, and bless my path as I continue my legacy. Okay, so a prayer, starting off with a prayer. Okay, there's some system supports, collaboration, mentorship, partnerships. Build a network of support around your financial goals. Seek mentorship and collaborations with like-minded individuals. Okay, so there's a system support here. Wealth is my birthright, inheritance, divine right, universal law. Understand that wealth is a part of your divine birthright. Claim it with confidence. Okay, so that has something to do with your finances. A door is about to open, a new opportunity is near. More will be revealed, clarity is still unfolding. Money is energy, flow, exchange, reciprocity. Money is simply a form of energy that is exchanged. Treat it with respect and openness, and it will flow towards you. Okay, so a lot of money messages here. The door is about to be open. There's a system support here. And we have the legacy, ancestor, inheritance, destiny, path, sacred impact. You are a part of something greater. Honor the inheritance, material, spiritual, and energetic, and consciously shape the legacy you build. Okay, so this has something to do with legacy, finances, and life lessons at the bottom of the deck. Okay, let's go ahead and crown the reading with, okay, relationships. Okay, so there's has something to do with relationships. That is part of a system of supporting you, your wealth, your birthright, your money energy. The door is about to open, more will be revealed. Okay, we have dream recalls. So this has something to do with the signs and synchronicities. who is the villain in this situation. Okay, so there is a villain that we need to be aware of. Okay, we have the real emperor. Okay, so there's a real emperor involved. Okay, so action of a Gemini. We'll pull a couple more. Okay, there's blessings wanted to come out. Let's see. Anything else? A couple more shuffles. Okay. Okay, so there is... Okay, so it says somebody's heartbroken, hurt, pain, loss, or sad. Okay, so something being exposed about that here. We have Taurus prostitute. So there is a Taurus prostitute that is here. Neighbors with boys. Neighbor with boys. Okay, so there could be some neighbors that have some sons showing up today. We have dreams remembered. So somebody could have some dreams remembering something to do with neighbors with 3 kids. So there's some neighbors involved. Here. And you could be remembering something pertaining to a dream or a vision, an action a Gemini took. Taurus prostitute, a real emperor. So so these could be some relationships. The emperor is an Aries energy. So who is the villain in this situation? Narcissist energy, trickster energy. So there's a trickster energy here on this table. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify. We're going to start off with the relationships. Okay, relationship energy. So somebody here you could be wondering who is the villain in your situation. You could have had some signs or synchronicities. It has something to do with your neighbors. Neighbors are definitely involved. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and clarify and get a little of information. What lies beneath? Okay? What lies beneath these relationships here? What lies beneath these relationships? Okay, what lies beneath these relationships is there's a sex shop. Okay, so there could be somebody who is participating in some sexual activity, some sort of sexual involvement. There's many doors related to this sex shop. Okay, so it has something to do with sex. Watching shit go down, enjoying the gossip. Okay, bank failure. So somebody could be a part of these sex shop, watching things go down, and someone going broke. Okay. So who is the villain? So what's the underlying? What lies beneath? Who is the villain in this situation? There's a narcissist energy, a trickster spirit involved. Okay, the bad choices. Okay, so there could be someone who made some bad choices. Is the villain. So this villain has made some bad choices. It could have something to do with these relationships pertaining to some sort of sex activity. What lies beneath this action, Gemini? Okay. It involves some type of evidence being burned, keeping you a secret. Okay, at the bottom of the deck it says burning evidence. Okay, what came out is keeping you a secret. So there was an action that the Gemini took. It's keeping a secret, keeping you a secret. Could be some evidence being burned around this. Okay. Tell me about this Taurus prostitute. What lies beneath this Taurus prostitute? Okay, a love story. At the bottom of the deck, we have police. Okay, so there's a police involved in this Taurus prostitute. What lies beneath? Okay, and a love story. Okay, so there, something to do with a love story. Okay, so what lies beneath this emperor, the real? Okay, they should have known that they messed up. Okay, already knowing the tea. Okay, so they knowing these are falling apart into pieces, overall energy. Okay, so they're sitting back, already knowing the tea. They could be keeping quiet. Okay. So we have a neighbor here with boys. Okay, they could be a part of a love story. They could be angry. Okay, this person is on fire. They are pissed. They could be angry at a bugaboo, somebody who's been bugging their life. Okay, they could be had a love entanglement with a bugaboo. Okay, they're angry. Okay, what about remembering dreams? Remember, so somebody could be remembering something. Daydreams, they could have dreams. They're bringing some sort of remembrance. Where lies beneath? Setting the record straight. Okay, so they can remember previously that setting the record straight. They could have had a daydream or dream about the records being set straight. Okay, somebody who's expecting a new beginning. They could be also sitting back, watching shit go down, enjoying a gossip. So they could have one and one together, remembering some things about expecting a new beginning. Okay, so let's see, what is this neighbor with 3 kids? So there's a couple of neighbors in the neighborhood. What lies beneath? Investigation at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so this veil of illusion. Okay, so they could have been put under a veil of illusions. But it has, I hate nothing about you. Okay, so they could have been put something under a veil of illusions. They could have felt, got a chance to know somebody and they have no beef or no reason to have a problem with someone. Okay, they could know something about an investigation. Okay, so that lies, what lies beneath. They know that somebody is in their feelings about a situation. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some signs involved. Cool, let's see. What one energy is reflecting this relationship? Mirror this relationship. Who is this person that has relationships with these people? Okay, so we have the 8 of Swords, so they could have a relationship with a Gemini pertaining to a sex shop. Relationships with the Gemini. It could be with the Pisces. We have a moon. Something is hidden. These relationships could be hidden. Okay, it could be some people that are afraid. Okay, it can have something to do with justice being served for a high priestess. Okay, so what? Okay. Okay, a temperance. Okay, could it have something to do with some healing, maybe? Somebody could be trying to block. 7 of Wands, Leo energy, Sagittarius energy could be trying to block something, some healing, or a Sagittarius. Okay, we have the Devil came out as well. That's a Capricorn energy, and we have a Judgment. Okay. So these relationships could have something to do with a Leo, a Capricorn, them knowing that somebody's being under judgment. These relationships could be in fear, or it could be related to a Gemini. Okay. Sagittarius, take it how it resonates. Okay, so mirror this. Who is the villain? The narcissist energy, the trickster spirit energy. Okay, we have a 5 of Wands in reverse. So this is the energy of somebody giving up a fight. We have Queen of Pentacles. So this Queen of Pentacles could have made some bad choices. This is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Okay. And then we have keeping you a secret, Gemini's action. Mirror this energy. Okay, the truth is here. Okay, about the King of Cups, bottom of the deck. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords that came out. Okay, so this is a breakthrough. This is clarity. They can have some clarity about a King of Cups. The truth about keeping you a secret. Okay. Yes, a Gemini, King of Cups and Lovers. Okay, there could have been some sort of blockages pertaining to someone's healing, Sagittarius energy. Okay, so mirror this Taurus prostitute. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck we have the 2 of Pentacles. Have something to do with something being twisted up, okay, with the Capricorn and the world, okay, a new beginning. So it could have been something being twisted up for a Capricorn, for a new beginning. Okay, we have the Hierophant. This is a Taurus energy. Okay, so it could have something to do with someone's religious beliefs or religious position. We have Nine of Swords. We have, this is a Gemini energy. This is someone unable to rest. They could be doing a lot of thinking, tormenting them, have something to do with success. Leo energy. And the Four of Wands. Some sort of stability, marriage, collaboration, celebration. Aries energy. Okay. So we're going to pull it back in there and get one energy. Okay, so there's a communication about some sort of some confusion. Okay, there was a message received or action, fast action taken. There was communication coming through. They could have received some sort of information about just, they could have received some message. This is a Sagittarius energy. The Eight of Wands, about a Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So there could have been some sort of celebration, some confusion about some celebration. Okay, I'm getting the Nine of Pentacles sticking out in the back. It has something to do with a Virgo. Bring us some sort of confusion, some celebration around the confusion, some illusions. Okay, we have the real Emperor here, knowing the T. Already knowing the T. The Emperor, the real. Okay, so I seen Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Could be significant. We did see the Three of Cups, which was a Cancer. Okay, so this was a message, Knight of Cups. So this was a message of love, a messenger of love, sending a message of love. Okay, and Four of Cups. Someone refusing an offer, so they could know the tea about this. Okay, so we have Neighbors with Boys, love story, once upon a time. So they could have been a part of a love story. Okay, Four of Cups, somebody refused an offer. Okay, so this is someone refusing an offer, passing up an opportunity to be in a love story. Okay, could have something to do with the thought of love. Okay, loving, a thought of love for Four Swords, Libra energy. They could have refused an offer. That is Scorpio. So it could have been a Scorpio presenting an offer. Take it how it resonates. Okay, so we have dreams remembered, setting the record straight. So this somebody can remember being targeted. Okay, with the setting the record straight. This is a man standing in front of a target. Okay. Mirror this, dreams remembered. Okay, of a judgment. So they could have been dreaming about a judgment, about the records being set straight. They could have something to do with a friendship with the Lovers, Gemini energy. Or Gemini could have been remembered some dreams about someone being under judgment, of the record being set straight. Okay, about an action that was taken. Okay, ending up in Ten of Swords, being betrayed. So they could be remembering a dream now about judgment. Okay, so we have the neighbor with kids, with 3 kids. Okay, so they've been put under some sort of illusion, but I believe that they were saying that they hate nothing about you, so they chose otherwise, okay, not to be a part of this conflict. 5 of Wands in reverse, the bottom of the deck. Mirror. Okay, they could have been offered. 6 of Pentacles. Could have been paid. To see an illusion. Paid for someone to be put under illusion. This is a Taurus energy. Okay, it could have been paid by King of Cups. Okay, they could have wanted to see how something was going to turn out for Aries. Wanted to watch. Somebody was watching. Projecting on to someone. Watching to see how things are going to turn out. They kind of resonate. Okay. So those are some of the, okay, yeah, so we still have 5 of Wands in reverse. So there was no conflict or confusion. So this person wasn't in conflict. Okay. So let's see. Let's go ahead and get some details. So let's see what with this relationships. Tell us more about this relationships. Okay, this relationship was collaborating with whoever were collaborated. There's some sort of evidence about this collaboration. We have maybe being a part of a turnt party, animals, sex, drugs. Okay, so they were saying maybe that they were part of this sex shop. Okay, maybe some people were, maybe some people weren't. Okay, tell me about this villain in a situation. Who is the villain in this situation? Okay, so I'm getting, we fell in reverse. So somebody wasn't ready. Okay. We have readiness in reverse. So possibly somebody wasn't ready. So bad choices is King of Pentacles, and so somebody presented them somebody to be ready. So they say possibly somebody was not ready to be a part of this Queen of Pentacles and her bad choices. Okay, we have the Hermit in reverse. So this is the energy of somebody making, they could have been a Virgo who made unwise. In the upright is wise decisions, but in the reverse is unwise decisions. So there could have been a Virgo who made some unwise decisions. Okay, so what about this Gemini action? They're shook. Okay, about this Chariot, about somebody's movement forward. Okay, so this is being surprised. It says plot twist. So they're surprised at this plot twist. Unexpected events. Sudden changes. Okay, so they're shocked. They're shook. Okay, about some unexpected changes with this Chariot. Okay, Moving forward, Cancer energy. Oh, okay, so I'm looking at the Taurus prostitute. There was some sort of commitment, some sort of origin. So somebody was stuck in a commitment, a part of a new project, the thought of a project. There was a message of truth going out that caused somebody to be overloaded, finding out that something was wrong at the bottom of the deck. So somebody was wrong for, I guess, holding somebody to a commitment. Part of committing to do this origin, stuck part of a commitment, stuck in a commitment. With the idea, with the Ace of Wands. A message could have come from an air sign, this Knight of Swords. Okay, they could have received a message coming quick. Okay, that caused them to be in overload. Okay, this Eight of Wands is clarifying a message coming in, you know, because they could be something to do with the police. Okay, about the police. Could have delivered a message about somebody being in a commitment, having a new beginning, a passionate new beginning. The idea of a message coming in, a message of truth coming in about that, and has them in overload, feeling overloaded. Someone feeling overloaded. Okay, so we have this Emperor, the real. We have a year. Ask again. So they could have been probably made an offer, okay, to be a part of something for a year. But they were told to ask again at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Neighborhood boys. Okay, there was something scheduled. They believed something that was told. So something was scheduled. Okay. Today. Eight of Swords could have them afraid or trapped, scared of their Mabu. Okay, he had nightmare. Ten of Cups. So they're something that was presented to them today. They were asked to believe something, but they was afraid of their boo. Remember this love story? Something that came in today has something to do with someone's wishes fulfillment. Ten of Cups. Behind that was an Empress. Okay, so something they could have. Seven of Cups, homeless. Okay, so they could have been illusions. They could have been an illusion. They could have been confused about why somebody is homeless. Okay, so something that they were told today. They were told to believe it, but we have with this Four of Cups and this love story that they could have received some information from somebody that presented a love story or was told about a love story, or somebody they're in love with that they refused an offer, but they were told, asked to believe something, or they believe something now. Okay, about somebody is homeless. These illusions around somebody's homeless, that somebody is salty at this high priestess. Okay, it could have something to do with a Queen of Cups. Okay, so let's see. So this dreams remember. Somebody's remember something through a dream about records being set straight about a judgment. Okay, so they could have seen something through a dream. Okay, about a frenemy. Okay, something could have been revealed about a frenemy, about them being hung up, watching, obsessed, fixated, focusing in on somebody. Okay, this neighbor with kids. Okay, they could be yearning, missing someone, reminiscing. Wrong at the bottom of the deck. So they could be reminiscing on somebody who did something wrong. Okay. Or remembering or missing. Take out or resonate. Okay, maybe with 3 kids. Be reminiscing, remembering something that was done wrong to someone. Okay, yeah, it could have something to do with somebody leveling up, graduation day, somebody achieving something. Yes, at the bottom of that, yes. Okay, so that's a little bit of the detail. We're gonna go, let's go into clarifying the situation. So these relationships, it has something to do with love or career. We're going to get 3 energies. So there's the flames of passion. So there was flames of passion that would light their way. And be mindful of the fire they may cause in your journey. Okay, so this was something with this sex shop, 8 of Swords, evidence in this collaboration in these relationships. It has something to do with passion, being passionate, and being mindful of moving forward, because it could be something that they could turn back around and reap the repercussions of. Okay, we got divine flow at the bottom of the deck, so things is flowing in divine rhythm. Taking how it resonates. Okay, we have fully immersed. So they were fully immersed in these relationships. Everything you want is all around you, just waiting for you to receive it. So this could have been something that was promised to them, you know, with their passion involvement, that they have everything that they need. They needed to be fully immersed with their passion in the situation. Okay, I'm getting, this could have been, okay, for new heights. Okay, so for new heights. So it's like being passionately, sexually involved, being fully immersed to bring someone to new heights. Okay, this could have been something targeting the 8 of Swords energy, because the 8 of Swords is here. Okay, there's some cutting edge at the bottom of the deck. It reads, slice through obstacles that may carve a path towards your dreams. So it's like, don't be distracted, stay focused. This is something new, cutting edge, and you know, they feel like they was a part of something new, that they need to be fully immersed, that will take them to new heights. Okay, so what about this villain? Who is the villain in this situation? Okay, there were some bad choices that the Queen of Pentacles made. Okay, somebody wasn't ready to move forward with this hermit who made some unwise decisions. Okay, divine flow. Let go of attachments to the outcome and let the universe bring gifts. Okay, so this was a divine flow that they were attempting to be a part of. A divine flow, rising flames. Let Your passion guides you to fulfilling your what's meant for you. Okay, so this could have been a passionate pursuit to enter into a divine flow. It was a bad choice, what I'm saying. Okay. We have clear mind. Okay, so somebody could have seen something clearly, clearly here. Sweeping away doubts, knowing that you're on the right path. Okay, so this is a person felt like they was clear what they were doing. They had a clear mind. Okay, saving grace came through. Okay, somebody was saved by grace. Grace came in, and we have groove of unity. So there was growth, grace, a clear mind, divine flow, an ocean of possibilities. Okay, that this person it seemed like somebody entered into someone else's lane, but it was a bad choice. Is what I'm getting. Making unwise decisions. Okay, we got gentle release, so they have to gently release themselves from this situation. Okay, we have Gemini's keeping you a secret, Ace of Swords being shook about the plot twist. Okay, resurrection. Okay, they've seen something come back alive, something come be resurrected. Okay, medals of the moment, being in the moment, enjoying the moment, being present in the moment, in present with this resurrection, seeing that something is a real promise. Okay, and that the bottom of the deck, it says dream weaver. So there could have been, saw something in a dream. This is a dream weaver. This could be an ancestor that could come and show them something clearly in a dream, because we do have dreams remembered down here of a judgment. Somebody being facing judgment, a friend of me facing judgment. Okay. One more. Okay, a harbor of peace. Okay, so they can feel that peace. They're reflecting a moment of peace. Okay, planning phase. Okay, so they can see peace through a planning phase. We have Taurus prostitute, police. Receive the message about the truth about something, a message coming in that somebody was part of a commitment. They were stuck in an agreement, commitment. They were bonded to a situation. The idea of coming together passionately and actually pursuing something with this origin brought this person in overload. Put this person in overload. Okay, it has something to do with moving forward. The bottom of the deck, something happening behind the veil. Something that wasn't clear. Opportunities for growth. And to be okay with not knowing. Okay, so this is something that they move forward in, not sure how something was gonna turn out. Okay, something was supposed to happen in divine timing. Okay, and they were told to trust themselves, or they were convincing themselves to trust themselves at a time and due timing. They were trusting in something, not knowing how things were going to turn out. Okay, basically. But it turned out with the police showing up, or it has something to do with the police. Take how it resonates. Okay, so surrender the Emperor, the real. Okay, a year. Already knowing the tea about this message of love, something happening within a year. Clarify. Hold on. Okay, let's see. The Emperor, the real, already knowing the tea. They could have been going through a rough road. Okay, we have rough road came out. Been having a rough time. Just a dry, desolate place. No growth. They could be knowing why they was going through something or why something was rough. Something about a year. Okay, that there was wisdom in the cavern of secrets. So there were some secrets around some wisdom. Okay, around the winds of fortune. Okay, so there were some secrets that they could have been aware of or aware of now pertaining to this messenger of love. We have the winds of fortune at the bottom of the deck. So this has something to do with some shadows. So something being done behind the scenes. And their wisdom alerted them what was going on about some secrets. Okay, they could have experienced some honest echoes. Listen to the whispers of your heart, for you know the whole truth. Okay, yeah, like I said, they could have discovered something. Okay, that something was gently released. That they would gently release something, or something was gently released. Let yourself surrender to the flow of life's mysterious events. Okay, you have fantasy land. Okay, so this could have been where this person made sure everyone is involved is being realistic and on the same page. So they could have had some fantasy ideas, wanted to make sure everybody was on the same page. Okay, they were facing some sort of shield of resistance, kind of guarding themselves, protecting themselves with this energy here. Okay, and their seed of growth, potential. Okay, they could have been guarded about what they were investing in. Okay. We have this neighbor voice. 4 boys. Okay, this dream weaver, so they have a slow climb at the bottom of the deck. So they could have been moving slowly in this love relationship, though they were refusing an offer that something they were asked to believe in. This dream weaver, so again, this is the energy of seeing something clearly through a dream. Okay, about some vortex of creativity. Okay, so somebody's vortex of creativity allowed them to be able to see something, spiral into creative vortex, unleashing imaginative power and manifesting your dreams into reality. So they could have been guided, guarded. You know, this could have been part of this sex shop relationship, how they were directed to use their dreams to create a reality in some sort, and for them to believe it. They could have been on a slow climb to this, or they were taking things slow. because there was this Four of Cups is here, so there was some sort vortex of change on the cutting edge. So this is a transition engaged in the vortex of change where energy swirl into transformative dances, molding anew. So yeah, this is part of this sex relationship collaboration for new heights and fully immersing into your passion. I'm seeing they were called to believe it, whether they did or not. They could have been told that this was part of some cutting edge, because I'm looking at this Four of Cups. I'm not for sure. Mirrored that energy, was like, no, they didn't accept that cup. They were asked to believe it. Okay, they listened to their honest echoes on a situation. Okay, so we have dreams remembered. Okay, so this is a cloud of unknowing. So this is the energy of somebody not knowing how something was going to turn out in this judgment. They could have known that they were on the right track. Okay, but they didn't know how. They just allowed themselves to be on a cloud of unknowing, or they didn't know, or they just rested freely in the unknowing at some point. Okay, they were pretty much focused on setting the record straight, and they just allowed things. I'm getting this person allowed for a feather of hope. Okay, so this person was standing on a feather of hope for things to work out. These dreams, for a lot of people, it could have been more than one. It says dreams, or it could have been some people imagining things, seeing things turn out in a vision based on the information that they've collected. Okay, heart's desire. So their heart's desire was to have a feather of hope. Excuse me, B, could you close the door? Not right now. Okay, so let's get one more energy. Okay, so this was sculpture of self. So this was allowing, this person allowed themselves to see the light and the dark side of the situation. Okay. And understand that there was one last move to make with the overall energy. So this is a place that this person had to sit in and had to look at and had to come into understanding of a sculpture of the actions that they've taken, or the actions someone else taking, where they're looking of self. So this could have been them reflecting on whatever they went through. I'm getting, when you're sculpturing yourself, you're seeing these two different sides of yourself. It's more of a reflection. It still chose to stand in hope. Is what I'm believing. Is what I'm seeing. Okay, so we have this neighbor over here with 3 kids. This one is under illusion. Okay, the one that is 6 of Pentacles. So this is like receiving and giving. Okay. There was a breakthrough. Okay, this person received some sort of breakthrough. Navigate life's many twists and turns, and with elegance and resilience. So they've seen some sort of breakthrough, like the Ace of Swords. Something came through clearly to them through this wise counsel. Okay, so somebody could have seek guidance from trusted friends or mentors to help you along. Okay, so this could have been, they received some sort of information. It has something to do with somebody who wins a fortune. Okay, they could have experiencing a breakthrough through someone who wins the fortune through wise counsel. Okay, flames of courage. Somebody spoke up. Okay, spoke up, and a spirit link connection came through, brought clarity. Stay aligned with your highest dreams. And ideas to find answers. Okay, so they connected with their spirit team. It's spirit connected to their divine wise counsel. They could be connected to God. They could have prayed about it. They seek wise counsel. They could have prayed about it. They got answers. They got a breakthrough. They understand now. Okay, do something. Somebody spoke up. Look at how it resonates. Something was spoken. Fire is coming out of this person's mouth. Okay, something came through clearly. All right. So let's see how much time we in. Okay, we're going on an hour. Let's pull another clarifying energy. Okay, there's a frost of stillness, so there could be somebody frozen in time, seeing something changing on the cutting edge of something, seeking higher wisdom. Okay, slow climb. All right, so let's see. I'm called to use tarot. And then we'll clarify with the journey energy, I think, for the final card. Okay, so let's clarify. Let's clarify the tarot with tarot. So with this relationship with the Eight of Swords, okay, this is a Gemini energy. I'm getting this sex shop using their passion and being immersed in energy to new heights to collaborate is against the Gemini Eight of Swords, or against the Gemini Eight of Swords. Okay. They're not happy about that. Okay. Eight of Cups, Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, so what information can we find out about this? What questions can we ask Spirit? Anything we need to ask specifically about this? Let's find out what's on the inside of this Eight of Swords, or what's on the inside of these relationships, or what's on the inside of these relationships. Okay, there's a message of truth that came out and went forth. Knight of Swords. It could have come from a King of Swords. They could have received a message from a Gemini, Two of Pentacles. Okay, Five of Wands, that the fight is over, competition is over, something is over. Give me two more energies about the inside of this. Okay, they could have had something to do with this Emperor. Okay, and his desires and wishes coming true. So it could have been an Emperor calling the shots. And okay, they could be having memories of the past. Okay, this Empress with this Two of Pentacles, so they could be thinking something about the past. Message of truth coming in. Mirror this message of truth. Let's see if we can go there. Okay, that there's been some sort of divination abuser. Okay, so some information or truth could have came out about a divination abuser. Mirror the star Aquarius energy. Okay, that they're traveling, talking shit. Okay, it could have been this star energy could have had something to do with traveling. They were talking shit about somebody's traveling, talking shit about their wishes and hopes and dreams coming true. Mirror this Three of Cups. No, Six of Cups. Okay, so memories of the past of this Queen rising. Okay, so the conversation is about this divination abuser is on the go, moving, traveling away from their wishes and dreams coming true, and they're remembering something about this Queen rising coming into position, and then fake flexing at the bottom of the deck. Acts rich, flosses money, acts energy, shows off energy. So this could have been an energy that was involved in his relationships. They came in as a fake flexer, presenting themselves to be something that wasn't. They were hustling people, but they were really hating on somebody's shine. And they were clout hungry, presenting fake smiles. Okay? So that's the relationships we were built up on. Okay? It has something to do with a Capricorn and an Aries. They were told to, the gig is up. I don't want to take the high resonate. I'm seeing the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so let's see what's on the inside of this. Who is the villain in this story? This trickster energy. We saw the Hermit come out. Tell us more. Okay, there was a fool. There was an opportunity presented. A Page of Pentacles. Okay, so there's a Page of Pentacles presented for somebody to run in and be the fool, to take the leap of faith. Okay, tell me more. Okay, to create some illusions around somebody. Bring some illusions. Paying for illusions. Okay, in a unity of groove. Okay, yeah. So they can celebrate. Could have been with a Cancer. Okay. Queen of Cups. With this water sign. Birthing illusions and friendships. Two of Cups. Okay, that they have to turn around and walk away from with the Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And we have the King of Pentacles. So we did see the Two of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, or Earth sign, in with the Two of Pentacles. So it could be a Capricorn. Take how it resonates. So we're going to find out. So let's mirror these energies. So, Page of Pentacles. Okay, they were digging up dirt. So they got paid to dig up dirt, looking for dirt on you, vice versa. So they got paid to dig up some information, presented an offer. So they got paid to dig up some information, to find the information that they went out to mimic, to try to move into someone's lane. They got paid for this. Okay, there was some illusions here with the Seven of Cups. This is a Scorpio energy. Okay, there was this Seven of Cups energy. Okay, so they had some sort of love, romantic affair. Sex, fake, secret lovers. Okay, they had a love affair with this Scorpio energy. Okay, they could have been feeling intimidated, or they could have been stalking, obsessed, watching this person. Okay, so with this Two of Cups, so they were paid they paid someone to dig up dirt, get information. Okay, there was an illusion, Seven of Cups, some choices that were made in love, affairs, secret lovers, information. So they could have used this person to connect with the neighbors. Because I did see Queen of Cups come up quite a few times, where they could have been getting lovers for this opportunity. We have the Two of Cups next, so that's friends. Okay, so they could have paid someone to dig up dirt, share some dirt, through some illusions of a love affair with friends. Or they definitely had a love affair with somebody. They got paid to do something. Somebody did. Okay, so Two of Cups came out with boss daddy energy. Stable, rich business owner, CEO, big dick energy. So this is somebody in position. We have a spiritual hater and somebody in their ego. Child services. So this ego, somebody's ego got in the way of someone's relationship, in between their relationship. So they connected with two people. Somebody, this could have been his Aries energy and a spiritual hater. Okay, maybe a child that they connected, have friends with. Two of Cups energy with. Mirror this with one energy, please. Okay, they're wasting time. Stuck in no changes, limited. Yeah, so this is the energy that they're in now. But they were connecting, like I said, karmic friends, having their hands in on a situation. Can't fully trust them. Tension, secrets, competition. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So they could have agreed to do some sort of romantic tie. Sex fix. So fixing sex partners together. Two of Cups. Okay, they're crying over you. They're crying. They're sad, hurt over the situation. They getting the inside scoop. They're getting an inside scoop of what's going on. They're sad right now. Okay, take the high resonate. All right, so we're going to go over to this boys, neighbors with boys. Okay? Yeah, they said they crying. They're reflecting. Somebody's reflecting on this bad karma. This could be this person is Aries energy, stealing your ideas, copying your work, duplicate feeds off you. And they could be dodging bullets. Okay? But this information is coming out. So let's see. What's on the inside of this neighbors with boys that they're called to believe? Some dream weaving vortex of change. What energies are related to this? We have Four of Cups, which is a Scorpio. There's one. Okay, we have a Hierophant. So it has something to do with a Hierophant. Taurus energy. Some spirituality. Spiritual person. Okay, Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. That's the Aries energy. It has something to do with the community. This is Scorpio as well. This is Five of Cups. So this has something to do with the Scorpio again. We got the Four of Cups and the Five of Cups. Okay, they could be regretting something. This neighbor could be regretting something because they did something to a Hierophant, or they were a Hierophant, Taurus, Scorpio. Four of Wands, collaboration, community. Okay, so they could have collaborated. Yeah, they could have had the idea of pain, the thought of making some money, of winning, being successful, and having a new beginning. Okay. Yeah, they could have been promised a new beginning. Okay, so let's mirror this Hierophant energy. Okay, so always partying. Okay, so this is a party where they could have always partied on this Hierophant energy, where things could have been in motion. Because we got dreaming, vortex, change, something that they've become a part of. And they've always been a part of it with this cyber bully, the bottom of the deck, that they may be ignoring now. Okay, because they may be seeing that they're part of some drama, and that they ass is broke or they going broke, and that they could be creeping, and that they played out. It could be, okay, say unfazed. Okay, they could be realizing this person was an impersonator and was clout hungry. Take that how it resonates. Okay, but they've always partied off of this Hierophant energy. Okay, so yeah, impersonator crying over you. So impersonator wanted to come out again. Okay, they could be crying over this person being an impersonator and having them in a situation. They could be crying over this person presenting themselves to be one way and is not. Remember, this who is the villain? So the villain in this situation, in this sex shop situation, is this Virgo and their partners creating illusions around sex and digging up dirt as an opportunity. And now this is coming out where they've always partying with this Hierophant energy. Okay, they could have been giving money, getting money. Okay, so let's mirror this Five of Cups energy. Okay, yeah. So they're sad about the offer that they accepted, which was a dirty offer. Okay, and that they've been doing the same shit different day. Okay, so mirror this Page of Pentacles. Okay, so the offer, the idea about making some money, this is Capricorn energy. Okay, the idea about getting paid, the idea about accepting an offer and always partying, the idea of the Ace of Pentacles. They got proof, they're getting proof, they got evidence, okay, that somebody was talking shit and they caught a case. Person who's presented this offer, who put this money idea on their mind, they could be talking shit about this person and that they caught a case. Okay? And that they have proof and evidence at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so now we're the dreams remembered. We're gonna somebody was uninterested. They remembering that they was uninterested. Okay. Alright, I'm going to use this deck. Okay, mirror. Am I mirroring? No. What's on the inside of these dreams remembered? Okay, that it has something to do with some long-term stability. The Knight of Coins has something to do with a Taurus. Okay, that's something that they could have been waiting for something to come in. Their decisions or choices could have been around something coming in, some long-term stability, somebody's finances. Okay, in this collaboration, okay, there were magic, a message about magic. A message, Eight of Wands, about magic. Okay, we looking at this Eight of Wands and this Taurus prostitute energy with somebody committing to something. It could have something to do, having memories of this Taurus. Okay, a memory that somebody's been doing magic with this Taurus, Three of Pentacles. Okay, in the collaboration. So they could be remembering that through a dream. Okay, has something to do with a Virgo. Okay, and some sort of illusions. Okay, that they could have presented to them around this collaboration and this long-term money. Wealth information coming in. Okay, alright, so let's go ahead and clarify, then we're going to do the Emperor and the neighbor with the 3 kids. Let's see. Okay, mirror this 3 of Pentacles with this dreams remembered. They were setting a record straight. They had a vision that there's going to be some sort of judgment towards this frenemy, and they set themselves, their mind on a cloud of unknowing with a feather of hope and reflection of themselves. Okay. Mirror this Three of Pentacles. Okay, so they could see through looking you up, researching you, studying you, and getting information. So they know in this collaboration that they was studying something that they were looking up and getting info that could have helped with their feather of hope and sculpture of self and resting in the unknown. Mirror this Knight of Coins. Okay, so they could have been reflecting on, like I said, this long-term stability, okay, of this forcer. Somebody who was forcing someone into a reflection, okay, to steal. This thief forcing someone to rob, steal, who robbed them of this person of their physical or emotional loss. Okay. Unbothered. Love on the brain. So they wasn't tripping off of the love on the brain. I don't know. It says unbothered. This person is sitting here free flowing. They're reflecting someone was unbothered. Or they was reflecting not to be bothered about this forcer and this love on the brains. Okay. Alright, I got it. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is a Virgo energy. Okay, they could remember something about a Virgo energy, a collaboration with a Taurus, having something to do with somebody's long-term stability. Mirror this Nine of Pentacles. Okay, Virgo energy. Okay, they could remember that this person had no facts. They never has the facts. Never has the facts. Makes shit up. Okay, they could be remembering that. Okay, they could realize this person probably was in their ego, was ego hurt, getting in the way of relationships. Okay, so they're remembering all of this, reflecting on that, the fake accounts and everything, that social media accounts to spy and Facebook, Instagram. They could be reflecting on all of that. They're remembering. Okay, they felt confident with the information that they collected. Okay, they were clear about these illusions around this high priestess. There were illusions that were put around this high priestess. Okay, so let's see. What's the inside of this emperor? The real emperor. Okay, inside is the Three of Cups. Okay, that they are celebrating a victory. Okay, inside of this emperor, there's an emperor here that has been exposed. Okay, inside of this real emperor, there is a Queen of Pentacles. Okay, that could have been broken-hearted. Three of Swords. Okay, so we go ahead and clarify those energies. Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Mirror this Three of Cups. Okay, so they have some inside scoop on the celebration. They have some inside scoop on getting information, looking cozy, all of nosy in your business. So they see that somebody was nosy all up in their business and celebrating. There's a celebration because somebody was all up in their business. Take a high listening. Mirror this emperor. Okay, they're moving. Okay. They could have been a wolf in sheep's clothing. They're moving away. Okay, we have wolf in sheep's clothing at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so they could have been mirroring, moving away from being a wolf in sheep's clothing, or they're moving from this person, away from this person who is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay, this impersonator who wants somebody back. Okay, mirror this Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so this Queen of Pentacles have fake smile. They want you back. And they were given fake smiles and they're haunted now. Okay, so they could have known this could have, Queen of Pentacles could have been a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Take how it resonates. They realized this person was an impersonator. Or was impersonating someone, presenting fake smiles. Okay. Next we have this neighbor with 3 kids. Let's get into this neighbor with the 3 kids. Okay, something was going on behind the moon with this person. Okay, they realized something's going on behind the moon. They realized something has been exposed. They realized whatever they were planning on working up against this King of Swords, it did not work out. We have 7 of Swords in reverse. Okay, clarifying something did not work out. And destiny is still moving forward for this person. Somebody got caught. What's going on behind the moon? One more energy. Okay, yeah, it's dead. Something is over. Death. Scorpio energy. Okay? Maybe the Scorpio got caught, whatever she was planning on doing behind the moon. I'm getting Scorpio in a lot of these energies. Could have been something working with this person who was the villain with an attempt with these karmic friends. Okay? So, justice is here. Okay? They see justice. And something is over. Okay? Let's mirror. The 5 of Wands still at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so let's mirror this moon. Mirror this moon. Okay, yeah. That somebody was fake flexing behind the scene. Behind the moon. Acts rich, flosses money, acts fancy, shows off. Okay. Threatening, intimidated, bothered. Okay, and it's running. Okay. Excuse me. 7 Swords in reverse. Somebody got caught. It's Aquarius energy. Mirror this energy. Okay. Somebody could be creeping, crying over you at the bottom of the deck. Creeping, crying over you. Someone's in their ego. Okay, their ego was in the way of getting in the way of relationships. Yeah, and they're running now. Okay, they got caught. Okay, somebody was into you, good chemistry, positive vibes. Okay, was part of a love triangle, third party, multiple lovers, chaos. Okay, so they wanted to be in a third party, to create third parties. Okay, this drama starter. Okay, it's over. It's over, this death, this Scorpio energy that wanted somebody to be into you and to be a part of this third party relationship. Multiple choice lovers is over. Yeah, the stalker, grudge holder. Okay, they could have been wanting. Yeah, they're trying to dust it off. Okay. So that is all the energies coming clear. Let's just get one more. This is a journey for each energy. So what's the journey for these relationships? Okay. They was in it for the money. They was in it for the abundance. What is the villain in this? Who is the villain in this story? Their journey was about strength. Being strong to persevere through. Okay, what is this Gemini journey? Okay. Their journey was about a storm in their intuition. Discovering this intuition, a storm through an intuition. Okay, so what is this prostitute's journey? Okay, about something coming to the light. Somebody having a courage. Okay, so what is this neighbor with boys journey about? Magic. Okay. The journey about, what's the journey about? Dream, remember. Spirit. Being curious about the spirit. Okay. The journey for the real emperor. Eternal. Okay. Intuition. The bottom of the deck. Right. Neighbor with 3 kids. What's their journey about? Dreaming, rejoicing. Okay, imagining her dream, and rejoicing. Bottom of the deck. Okay, so that is the end of the reading. We're gonna close this one out and start another one. First, I want to heal this energy. Okay, so this was truly a system working together, door being open, more being revealed, the legacy, the money energy, wealth being my birthright, being your birthright, and calling upon the ancestors to walk and guide. Okay, so let's go ahead and as I call my blessed answers of healing love, I thank you for your sacred knowledge, wisdom, and strength. I ask you to walk with me as I heal my shadows, which is wounded healer, the rescuer, messiah complex, boundary blur, codependent caretaker, burned out provider, spiritual bypasser, gift and suppressor, witch wound, authority, addiction, pain, magnet, projection, trap. Okay, and heal the messenger shadows. Okay, which is missed messages due to noise, doubt, or constant external seeking, spiritual deafness inherited through trauma, oppression, or forced religious silence, confession and deception caused by spiritual interference, false messages, or ancestral distortion, fear of hearing what must be released or confronted, disconnection from intuition due to social or generational conditioning. Okay, walk with me as I heal the third triangle into you: dreams, curiosity, magic, light, storm, strength, abundance, running, ego, death, 7 of swords in reverse, the moon, Spirit link, wise counsel, the neighbor with 3 kids, the breakthrough, no facts, fake flexing, missing you, reminiscing. 6 of Pentacles, behind the veil, trust in yourself, divine timing, commitment. Knight of Swords, origin, Ace of Wands, overload, reflecting, looking you up, Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, sculpture of self, feather of hope, cloud of unknowing, frenemy, independent, setting the record straight, caught a case, vortex of change, vortex of creativity, the dream reaver, talking shit, dirty offer, always partying, hierophant, Ace of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, 4 of Cups, believe it, love story, dreams remembered, neighbor with boys, harbor of peace, real promise, resurrection, shook, Ace of Swords, keeping you a secret, 8 of Wands, police, action of a Gemini, Taurus, prostitute, karmic friends, wasting time, romantic love affair, 2 of Cups, 7 of Cups, digging up dirt, Ace of Pentacles, groove of unity, saving grace, clear mind, divine flow, hermit in the reverse, readiness in the reverse, Queen of Pentacles, bad choices, we have 6 of Cups, Queen rising, travel, divination abuser, star, Knight of Swords, new heights, fully immersed, passion, flames of passion, evidence, 8 of Swords, sex shop, collaboration in the reverse, relationships, who is the villain, system, support system, the door is about to open, more will be revealed, the legacy, ancestor, wealth is my birthright, money is energy. I am love, clothed in divine royalty, and rejoicing in my spiritual inheritance, because abundance is my birthright. I rise, I praise through every circumstance, because I am rooted in victory, because abundance is my birthright. I am lined with heaven's celebration over my life, because of over my future life and future, because abundance is my birthright. I walk with boldness because God has gone before me, because abundance is my birthright. I am love, lifting my hands in sacred trust and surrender, because abundance is my birthright. I am not forgotten. I am crowned in divine remembrance, because abundance is my birthright. I am love, rejoicing with the rhythm of angels and the roar of praise, because abundance is my birthright. I live in divine harmony, because the Most High governs my life, because abundance is my birthright. I rise each day with a praise-filled heart and soul anchored in truth, because abundance is my birthright. I am divinely supported by the one who reigns over every realm, because abundance is my birthright. I am love, vibrating with joy that no shadow can steal, because abundance is my birthright. I stand tall because heaven has declared my victory, because abundance is my birthright. I am a living echo of sacred sound and divine celebration, because abundance is my birthright. I am surrounded by the abundance that flows from divine rule, because abundance is my birthright. I am loved, excited by grace, and grounded in reverence, because abundance is my birthright. I release fear, because my God reigns with unmatched authority, because abundance is my birthright. I am a citizen of a higher kingdom, My spirit knows no lack because abundance is my birthright. I am loved singing the song of my ancestors and my creator because abundance is my birthright. I celebrate breakthroughs before they manifest because I know they're coming because abundance is my birthright. I am loved lifting others as I ascend in praise because abundance is my birthright. I walk with divine dignity, clothed in spiritual strength because abundance is my birthright. I am chosen to dance in the joy of sacred alignment because abundance is my birthright. I am loved, guided by the pulse of heaven's rhythm because abundance is my birthright. I carry the energy of divine acceleration because I walk in faith because abundance is my birthright. I am seated in divine places. Nothing can dethrone me because abundance is my birthright. Ashe. Amen. And so it is. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.